Hello there, my name is Retro. I like to talk about animation, and today we talk about Yakitori, Soldier of Misfortune. Now, that title itself nails the whole series complete because there are soldiers of misfortune. Because when you join the military, especially the Galactic United, that actually, if you're human, you get stuck to this sort of specific group called Yakitori. And this specific group basically gets screwed over because they're basically the throwaway trash of the military. But be specifically, they don't work in the military. They very specifically describe that sort of like a second unit actually sort of rat the cop in a way that they can easily throw the blade on them if the government doesn't want to take any heat. So basically, they're screwed. The question is, why join this group? And that's why it's so interesting that how the whole world's built, how this group of people have to join the military. It's because the Earth itself, everybody decided to join this sort of new government of the universe, of this sort of federation of aliens who asked them to join to be more proficient. They have more knowledge, more success, more peace around each other. And the human race bought it, so they realized they got screwed over, and their planet became sort of a third-rate country. This is the reason why a lot of people started trying to fight with each other who get the sort of position, because it's a third-rate country doesn't mean you do have a lot of choices or a lot of jobs. In fact, our main lead, let's call him for Mr. K, because I will butcher his name, that he wanted to go to college, but the only prize, there are only two spots. So basically, if you're not smart enough, why even try to go into college? But ironically, Mr. K really wants to go to college. He wants a good career. He wants the good life. But the only problem is, even he tries, he always sort of gets screwed over by the society because the situation of Earth really is. But because of this, he got so much in trouble, angry, frustrated. He sort of have no choice to actually join the military. But not any type of military. The sort of Pacific group called Unit KU1 or something like that, or Yakitori. Yakitori is basically a specific group of humans who are basically sacrificed. That's basically throwaway or basically bait to other soldiers, so they can actually get rid of them and just retrade them again. But it's interesting enough, they're more like the A team. That's a very specific group of people who are specifically trained completely different, but at the same time, they never asked for it. They never really joined for it. They always been used. This is the reason why they call him Yakitori, because if they fail, they come up with a new group of people. But this is sort of interesting how the teams sort of know this. They have no choice, and they sort of go for it. But at the same time, every time they go to sort of a mission, they're not sure how much information they're actually given is correct, or even they're being used this type of specific mission. So they usually sort of kind of fighting blind. They try to figure out what is the right decision or wrong decision, even though they never give enough military backup. In other words, they don't have enough bullets, or they don't have the right equipment, or they're basically stuck in the middle of nowhere where you have to figure out to get it out. Well, even having a car. That's what's so interesting about this series, because they sort of stuck in the middle of a sort of situation and see them sort of figure it out. On top of all this, the whole team, it just sort of uniquely kind of interesting because none of them really want to stick together, but how they got trained, the reason why they have to be trained, how they get out of it. It's just sort of interesting, especially how they become as one as a unit. Beyond a unit, become more like family to each other later on in the series. Specifically, this series only have 5 or 6 episodes. Basically, half a season 1. I'm 100% sure, give it a couple months, the other half will drop, call it season 2. But besides that, this first 5 episodes or 6 episodes, that actually is just very interesting and also very funny in a way. It's one of those sort of making mockery of sort of military shows that is trying to be Pacific, very professional, but at the very end, you do join the military. Sometimes they're not professional, sometimes because you don't have the right money or budget, or sometimes things sort of happen, you just don't know what to do. This show is more accurate how military people sort of work, and that's why it feels so more enjoyable. It's sort of, yeah, you gotta die. They're not gonna can pretend this is incredible, but they have the fun moments. It's one of those like this sort of let's be outrageous just because, but at the same time take it serious. They have their moments just to be just kind of playful now words. But at the same time, I can see some people maybe not enjoy it because they have sometimes slow pacing. But at the very end, do I recommend it? No way. Yes, it's so fun and enjoyable. It does take it serious, but when it have fun, it really does. Especially all the science fiction, what's going on. It's all the politics. The politics does not bore you. If you want the type of person who easily get bored about politics, I recommend this for you because the detailed information he's giving to you does get back to the very end of the series because the very end does have sort of a trial in how this group of Yakitori, how they get out of it. It's sort of mind-blowing because you use the information they're giving you what happened of the first 5 episodes sort of deliver their sort of execution. And that's sort of interesting, and that's the best way to describe it. It's fun, interesting, and just sort of you don't know what's actually going on. Especially you like the characters because the characters are likable. They're a little tropish, but they're very enjoyable. Do you understand their pain? Do you understand the frustration they got screwed over, stuck in this sort of group, but they make it work. It's one of those like life give you lemons, you make lemonade. And this is sort of the mentality of the whole show. Now the CGI 2D mix really works on this. It almost feels almost like a video game, but done so well they actually want to play, but it doesn't throw you off. The animation, the dialogue, everything feels just right. Of course, it's just sort of the pacing around episode 3, I feel is sort of the slowest. I remember it was episode 2, episode 3, they feel kind of sluggish, but that's the only time I feel the show feel a little bit repetitive. But besides that, it's a great time, especially if you don't like Gundams or war shows. It's still recommended because it does have that sort of fun factor, but also take it serious when it needs to. Now, I got really nothing else to say, just one question. Do you like this series? Do you like how crazy it went? Especially what happened at the end, because at the end, it's just sort of surprising. Now, I got nothing else to say, just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and have a wonderful day.